As I'm very fortunate to travel all over the world, and one of the common questions I get is, why nitric oxide? Why have you spent the past 25 years of your professional and adult career studying this single molecule nitric oxide? And really, it goes back 25 years when I was first introduced to the science of nitric oxide back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when a Nobel Prize was awarded in 1998. I was very fortunate to interact with the scientists who shared in the Nobel Prize for their discoveries of nitric oxide as a signaling molecule in the cardiovascular system. Was trained by a pharmacologist that worked in nitric oxide for 20 years during my PhD. And we made some seminal discoveries. We understood how when nitric oxide is produced, we identified where it goes, what it becomes, and we created this fingerprint of NO-biology that really gave us insight that really no one knew at the time. And then we started developing nitric oxide-based therapies to recapitulate nitric oxide production and nitric oxide signaling. And then once we do that, we were publishing sometimes 10, 12 scientific papers a year. There was a lot of excitement in the field. I was excited about it because I recognized back then, even 20 years ago, that if we could figure out how to make nitric oxide-based product technology to deliver this gas safely and effectively in consumer products and drug therapy, then we would change the world. And certainly we would change the landscape of medicine. Because then, and even more so today, we know that the loss of nitric oxide production in the human body is the earliest event in the onset and progression of chronic disease. So there's really no disease where nitric oxide at the right dose, at the right time, in the right patient would not be beneficial. So our challenge, my challenge at Bryan Therapeutics, is to develop the right nitric oxide delivery at the right dose for the right indication. And today we're working on drugs for ischemic heart disease. We're working on a drug for Alzheimer's. We're making a topical drug for diabetic ulcers. So that early interest in nitric oxide 25, 30 years ago has really been one of the most gratifying, joyful, and worthwhile missions or careers I could ever even imagine. And so I could have never scripted this, but I go where the science leads. It's like Wayne Gretzky says, I don't skate where the puck is, I skate where the puck's going to be. And I think that's been kind of my motive in my professional journey, is seeing where the field is going and seeing what everyone else is seeing, but thinking what no one else has thought. And that's what makes our product technology different than any other company out there. So I hope that this answers a lot of questions about why nitric oxide. I have absolutely no regrets. We've learned a lot, we've done a lot, but really we're just getting started and we have so much more to do. So stay tuned. I hope you keep up to date with our journey, but we will certainly let you know of what's next on the horizon.